Hey, what's up, guys? This is basically a quick stream to make a video um, on my defense because I touched on that in the video I made. I was going to do it as a video. It does take a little bit longer to do it that way, so I figured, well, I'll just get in here and stream for a minute. I know it's you got Badger streaming and you got Dorky streaming, so another reason to kind of keep it short because I really don't feel like doing the tower right now. I'll probably just kind of watch some TV and do it here and there. But there's some um, there's some changes I think I need to make. Maybe it can help some of you guys. There was a guy in chat yesterday in the Lions chat, and he just got Blue Marble, and so just like me, very excited to use Blue Marble. But the game has shifted to where guys know how to beat Blue Marble, and so that kind of brings me to my thoughts on the defense is that uh, if you stack one room too much, that's the Damon Sentry room that they're going to go to. And especially if you have X in there, say Fantastic Four, Blue Marble X, something like that, then they're going to try to one shot that. Basically, I think Blue Marble is probably going to be like the Sentry bait, the Sentry Damon bait, but that's not really a bad thing for now. I mean, when we get diamonds on him, he'll be a lot stronger, and Damon may not work on him. We'll have to see how that goes. But right now, I think you just have to strategize and say, hey, no matter what they do, they're gonna try to hard target Blue Marvel first. And if it's a Damon comp, maybe he lives because he has had times where he'll live through a Damon hit, and um, and then he has a chance to go off. But if you structure the defense a different way, in that maybe there's another tune that could survive the hit, whatever team they take in there, because the focus will be on Blue Marble, then maybe you have a chance to sink efficiency or actually hold the room. Okay, so where I'm at with this. I don't remember how many there was. Okay. Oh, wrong one. I was that far away? I don't know how I didn't finish that off. But anyway, let's just do that. I don't feel like trying to count it up. So I am glad the passes are a little bit more designed for players to catch up. Um, I think that's a good thing, and it also saved me some money there because I don't really need them anymore. They were great for a long time, and now not so much. But it's saving me $80 a month. I mean, I spend it somewhere else, other ways, but it saved me $80 a month on the pass. Actually, I bought the other pass. So I shouldn't say that, the one with the gold, because there's so much gold in there. My gold is has gone way up because of this pass. So if you got $20, I mean, you should really consider it. I mean, that you could spare it to the game if you don't really spend. This has been huge for me. Um, so I'm at 287 mil, and there's is the pass. Yeah, still some pass left. So I've got a little bit left here, but every little bit I get is great. Just to have that reserve. Um, if you do spend, what I've been doing is I just buy. I primarily focus on gold here. I bought the gold that was put up before, but they've added longer days, so it's a long time before you can get back to buy some more gold. It used to be more frequent. I think that's by design because they're trying to make gold a little more scarce. I don't really buy this. I guess if it was an emergency, I could. I don't think the value is exactly. I don't think the value is that good. So it's not like the other one where you get 25. I think it's 2,500 versus 250. Still here. Yeah, I think I got everything. Just double checking. Hmm. Remember I wanted Night Nurse so bad. Yeah. Like maybe I can still use that's when the Diamonds first came out. She was on the end of her run there. Uh, but this is how it goes. I've thought about Korg. I don't hardly use the team anymore. So I guess there's no point. The way they're giving away these pulls, you might pull them. So I'll just kind of wait to see if that happens. Oh, wait a minute. They're over here too. I don't think I have anything in here, but you never know. I got absolutely nothing on the null pulls on the symbiote diamonds. All right, let's see. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do this later. Okay. Oh, oh, that's the other one. So I missed one of these. Okay, so let's jump into Cosmic Crucible. Okay, guys, so this is just a quick look at what I'm doing with defense and kind of some thoughts behind it. And I'll go through my last attacks because what happened here is I took a loss. So I went 1-2 last weekend, and I went 1-2 the weekend before. So that dropped me out of the Grandmasters. I'm down to 281, 2020. So it's that push again to try to get back up there. So I'm here, 30 points. I don't typically aim for a 3-0, but I think this weekend I'm gonna have to really try to focus in on that because that would probably get me back in there uh, the quickest since I'm somewhat close. It's difficult. It's not an easy thing to do, no matter where you are to go 3-0. Even though I was in Grandmasters, you still have a lot of guys that were in Grandmasters. There are a lot of guys that have been in Masters 3 and are on the verge of getting Masters, so they're fighting hard. And then guys that just got to Masters 3 that are making a run. So it's gonna be pretty tough. Got Darth Baber here. Hulk Smash. I remember that name. Euthanac. Okay. Hadn't talked to Euthanac in a long time. Unthinkable. Remember going against him. Mookie. Yeah, there could be some different matchups going, which could be good. Young MC. Cause oh God bless. Beer. They're snack a lot. And mostly because I've been getting matched up with the same guys over and over again, so they kind of know my style. Not saying that these guys, you know, are gonna see something totally out the ordinary than what they normally see. Sexy Jexy. Okay. Uh, and the thing about it is, you take a loss, you really go back a lot of points, but it is somewhat of big jumps depending on where the guy you're ranked against. If you get a win, Jack's Hybrid Master, he's knocked out too. Okay. Stocky 187, Snow, Golly, I'm Gully. I hadn't seen that name in a while. Okay, Doombot, Ida. Remember that 808, Dante, Grizzly. Evan B. Evan has won recently. I think Evan beat me recently, or did I beat Evan? I think I beat Evan this last time around. That's probably why he's down there too. Red Six. Okay, he's in the cluster. He used to be on the Alliance. Switched over though to the Big War team. Walking Hate. Okay, it would be some nice matchups just to kind of see how we could do those. Rezzer. Let's see. The Rezzer's on his way. He can make that. He can make that plunge too. Get right up in there. Top cat. Okay. So we'll go over here. So this is the defense, and the thought here is basically uh spread out the defense. I know I've said that before, but this is a different type of a way to spread out and then try to come up with something surprising. So I'm just gonna start with two because that's probably catching people's attention. Like, what the fuck is that? But actually, ZKG created this, and it's kind of a sleeper team. He has a five diamond domino. I think he kept her at 19, but he has a five diamond, and he points some things out about her that because she's fast, she gets her attack in early, and guys can sleep this because they're like, what is Domino doing in there? And that's the hope that they don't take this room as seriously, and maybe it can cause them some problems. Also, I've been able to use Fantastic Four on offense. The thing is that they're so powerful on defense. It's like, how could I use them in a way that would would help my I'm sorry guys, I had a thought about this music. I don't think you guys can hear it. Pop this on. Okay, that's taking a long time. I had to come back to that. Well, it's just me here, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'll just try it again and see what happens. Come back to that. So just kind of picking back up where I left off. The idea is like there's such a strong team, Fantastic Four. And we'll take a look at their stats where I have them at four diamonds. And it's like if you can get use out of this, them on defense just to cause some problems, or if they just go in and whack it, they use something here that they will probably could use somewhere else, then it could upset the balance on how the attacks can go. Because at this point, it's hard to imagine defenses that hold. We have Damon. A lot of guys have Sentry. I have Sentry. We have Blastar. A lot of guys have Thunderstrike with his passive. I don't, but I'm assuming that my competition does. So that changes how you got to look at your defense because Blastar and Thunderstrike can take out Mephisto teams. They don't necessarily have to be a Phoenix Force counter. So it changes the level of how powerful they are, and that now you just kind of look at using something else here. Um, I think Most Def mentioned this, and it made me think about it. Like he said, he put Blue Marvel with the Undying team with Hella, and I said that's really not a bad idea because you want Damon bait, and this will be the Damon bait. I can see them saying, "Hey," because they want to make sure he doesn't go. They might still use Sentry here, which would be great, because then you have a two for one. But they may not need Sentry on this. They could use Emma X or something like that, and hit into this. Now, Blue Marble has a chance to survive. He has survived Damon hits, the double tap. But if he doesn't, then maybe what happens is Jugs can. And so I thought about it. I wasn't sure. I was back and forth on whether I should put Scroll in here or not. I said, I'm gonna put Leader in here because the whole defense is really set up on Zugs surviving. And then if he can go, he has a chance to really cause some problems. I mean, he could take some tunes out. He could delete some people. So you got that part. Hella can be somewhat tanky. This is a defense that Betty went against. So you guys probably seen it because he's talked about it a bit over the weekend. And it is an Immortal X-Men trap. I mean, they don't spawn. Storm will not spawn with her charges, and then he can wipe the charges out when he takes a turn. And then the fact that he can revive so many times is kind of crazy. But the room really, Old Man Logan is a key factor because he can go early. Um, the thing is, it depends on what defense they take in, of course. I mean offense. But the room is set up on Null. So I'm undecided on if I'm gonna keep him a skirm. We'll test this out both ways because I think the two of them as skirmishers can get more assists in, and that could be a problem. But I might change him to a striker and just hope that he still gets some assists, and just hope that Noel gets more assists. I don't know if this at this stage it's a huge difference to have him as a skirmer striker when you put him in CC. So, like I said, I just get that some thought, but I do have him at a P5 on either way, so that there's that part. Um, I like this room. I mean, I like this team. I like it in this room. I don't think I've done it in this room. Or I should say I like the thought of him in this room. I've kept them in two, and the deflex have helped a lot. I don't know how they're going to do here. The big thing is that what's beating them in two has been a curse in like Fantastic Four and a Fantastic Four comp. And so maybe that still beats here. Maybe it's a little different. They are able to in those counters get to X pretty quickly. But once again, um, it's a way of spreading it out because this room may not hold. It's just like, hey, use one of your better teams here, and then the hope is that that makes this a bit better. This team here. Also, when they start thinking about how they're spreading out their attacks, this could be a little bit more challenging with Phoenix Force in here. It may not. I've seen guys struggle on it. It was my first thought when the season started, like just keep this in here. So with the defense, with having these guys back on defense, it allows me to put them together. Because otherwise, I probably would do like a dorm defense with them and just make it all about in game, which I think is still decent because you can trip up on it, and then have them back in two on a Phoenix Force team in here. The problem is not that saying that Immortal X Men can't beat this in here. I think it's just a chance that they get whacked by in game, and that makes us a bit stronger. But if you have Phoenix Force in here and you don't have the right setup, then Immortal X Men just takes them out. So I didn't want to have that. It was kind of hard to come up with something. Emma X could help. And as I thought about it, I said, well, I have both Emmas on offense. That could be huge. So I leaned into that because I was thinking about a Blue Marvel Emma X defense. And I said, let's just try this. Like I said, there's a potential for everything to get one shot. The trick team would be here. And then it could be this. I mean, Starjammers will take this out. But Vigilante may not because Vigilante is not all heroes, so they wouldn't get the buffs in the room. And you got villains that are going to hit hard, especially Mephisto on his opening move. So there's that part. And then some guys may still try Damon here. Now Damon Sentry will blow this up. That might be a waste. When you look at you have Blue Marvel over here. Um, which it could be a world where they say, "Hey, I'm gonna try it." They may not have Sentry, and Damon has not worked from what I can see on Orcus. So Orcus Mephisto could be interesting to see how that goes, how that plays out. So that's kind of the thought process. Just like spread it out. So you got Mephisto here in one room. You got X in another room, so that's two rooms. You got Noah in another room, that's three rooms. You've got Blue Marvel in another room, that's four rooms. And you got Fantastic Four here, that's five rooms. And you got Phoenix Force in another room. So that's all six rooms kind of spread out. And the hope is, like I said, even if they one shot everything, maybe I can one shot everything. And it comes down to the efficiency game. So I'm leaning into that at least for now. We do get the Warlock for the New Mutants. I'm sure we're going to see him. I mean, some people might put him here in two. I'm sure we'll probably see him in that team in five and six. May see him with Professor X, which could be pretty hard to beat. And you may see him with Odin, could be here, but probably over here. So, because Odin is just getting so much health over here, and Warlock is an unknown on how he will go about taking that out. And that's another. Well, Warlock, I guess on Friday, guys won't have Warlock, so there'd be an advantage to having Warlock on offense. But I talked about that earlier in another video, so I don't want to recap that too much. I just kind of want to go in and touch on this a bit. Uh, but let's just take a look at the roster. Then we'll look at what I have for offense. And so Mephisto's 4 diamonds. Hopefully that can make a difference. He seems to have in one battle, and I guess I need to go back and show you guys some of that just to focus on some key things. But he's at 25 mil health. So I'm hoping in that room there's enough health. This damage will be, I don't know, 12 mil. I mean, 1.2 mil or 1.3 mil. Because they get the 50% more damage. Sue is at 21 mil health, 1.4 mil damage. Let's get this commercial off. Okay, maybe that's planned. Franklin is at 21 mil health, 14 mil, 1.4 mil damage. I've got Cannonball. I hit on him for the offensive side. Did get Noel the 3 diamonds. I mean, I know guys are pulling 4 and 5s, but I'm happy to have the 3 because I had him at 18 mil health, 1.1 mil damage. That'll be kind of huge. Um, Thugs, 3 diamonds. I have him as a striker in that room, so we'll just switch it so you guys can see what that looks like with his damage. So he's 1.1, well over 1.1 mil damage, almost 17 mil health. So he'll get the 50% more health from leader, and that's how I'm hoping he can survive the hit. He may not, but hopefully he does. We got Mummy in the room 4. He's 3 diamonds, and so he's 18 mil health, almost 1.1 mil damage. That's pretty key for how that room is going to work. And I think that's the main tunes. I wish I could have more diamonds on Quasar. Maybe that'll come. And then here, we look at the offense. This is just the thrown together tunes that I have that I can put on different teams so I don't forget about them. Um, I decided to keep Odin on offense. I thought about where I could put him, and I said, well, let's try Fantastic because I was thinking about putting them in there, and they could go in room 6. And I said, well, Mephisto will probably be better in 6. Let's put him there, and uh, and we'll try out Odin on offense. Now, I don't suspect this beats a whole lot. There could be something that beats. Maybe Black Knight comes out. Maybe I don't need Shuri, and then I just use these two with 2 others. We'll see, because I got these tunes up here, so we can see how that could work out. Um, I know the other video I talked a lot about this team. I mean, Nightcrawler might get dropped. I might run the full team, but I'm excited to get Warlock. So I think I'm gonna try to get him at 5. I'm gonna focus on getting him at 5, and then that way I can go in and hopefully take out a lot of teams. So this is an offensive team I'm counting on, and so he'll be clutch for me. I did go ahead. I spent close to 250, I think, to get him up there. I had some good pulls from the orbs, so that helped a lot. But he's 20 mil health, 1.2 mil damage, and his kit is really strong for control. Actually, magic is pretty huge, so I'm not opposed to trying to do counters with just the full team. Um, it's unfortunate that, well, I guess the thing is if I have Nightcrawler in it, if I have Nightcrawler in there, they would get the 30% more health. He would get 60% more health. So that could be clutch, taking him up. His damage is already close to 1.1 mil. and then he will give Nightcrawler 25% more damage. So that helps him become a little bit more relevant. Nightcrawler does get the 60% more health. That could help him a lot. And then his healing factor is pretty strong. I've seen guys use this quite a bit, so I'm just holding it in the roster so I can remember about Ares. Like, right, Ares takes that the safeguard off. That makes it a lot easier for Blastar. Even though he can reduce safeguard, I think it's on who he hits. So if you got him in here, you don't have to worry about it. And then Kang is just another fast tune. So Scroll might go in there, but Kang does speed up the entire team 5%. So we'll see which one is better when the time comes. And matter of fact, maybe what I'll do, because I could easily forget I have Scroll. I won't forget I got Big Time. Let's put him in there. Also, because I have spent quite a bit, I could get the 4 diamond on Scroll. I'm like, well, you might want him on offense because then you'd have him at 4 diamonds. Um, Pretty much the Damon team. I think as long as you got Yo-Yo in there, you can get the vulnerables out. If not, then you got to think about like a Pav or Iron Patriot. I think Iron Patriot though is better served here if you can't have the two of them together. So at least you get the 50% more damage. Um, Star Jammers be on offense. They would not. And then a Cursed, and then a more Lexman. So of course Vigilante they come in handy. So this is quite a bit of offense. Oh, and then I got this is a high spies, so you can get do like the do like a curse counter. Let me load Nightcrawler back in here because I don't have Scientist Supreme. I mean Big Time. So basically, there's a lot of teams for offense. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 9 teams. That's plenty to be able to work with. I'm thinking to try to get a win, but possibly get the one shot across the board. And so I think that's what I got to lean into at least for this weekend. Then we'll see what next weekend calls for. Because like I said, I'm sure most guys are going to put the New Mutants on defense. We'll see if that's worth doing. The strongest version I think is with Professor X, but I don't know if you have to do that. Uh, if they turn out to be unbeatable, then yeah, you definitely do it. But they may not be. So wait. So I'll just kind of show you because I think there was a Blastar hit into my Mephisto on one of these. That wasn't this one. So probably was Evan. Evan is really good on the offense end. He can get these 5200s on a regular. I was just fortunate enough to get a 52-211. He had like a 5201. Yeah, so here it is. Of course these two would die, but at the end of the day, I mean he got the clear, he got the one shot. Blastar. We need to see if he has the passive on him. I'm sure he does. He wouldn't have went in there like this. Um, this is pretty amazing when you think about it. Yeah, he had to because then Kahori could go. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, she's going. So, oh wait, yep, he's got the awaken. That's crazy, and he didn't even get him to the seven red yet. So that awaken is huge. Corey is out the gates, right into Mephisto, gonna just take him out fast. And this is a pretty strong defense, but it just goes to show because I was thinking they Damon this, and it's like, well, they got the awaken. He maybe he's used this before, maybe not, but he's like, let's just try it out because he'll shut down the Mephisto, and it's just like off to the races. So now he's gonna target on the Blue Marvel. Uh, the Blue Marvel cleared that blind, okay, but he taps him again, so now his health is down. That's crazy. So it's not not much else to do now. Put a hit in with Kang. Blue Marvel's about to die. Holy shit. This is a strong team. Good Lord have mercy. Okay, so he went with a basic there. Got 5 bombs. They're just not even moving. This is insane. He was able to just work it up to 5 bombs. So that Thunderstrike passive is going to be such a game changer. And this is what it just made me, after I saw this loss, I'm like, you know what? You got to spread them out because this is kind of a lot for one room, even including Emma X. You got 5 powerful tunes all in one place. Now she's on offense. He's on a war team. That's a decent defense. They're with the old Annihilators, which is a decent defense, and he's with Orcus, who's an old defense. Just spread it out, because why lose all these tunes in one hit? There goes his old. Oh, he's dead. Holy shit! And now she's dead. He didn't even ult yet. Good lord, he could have ulted, and he still would have had this. So that might have been the mistake, because then he'd have had a better efficiency. Is it maybe not? Oh, Phoenix comes back. So that's the only thing. Phoenix came back and killed him. It just didn't matter because they just were not moving. But anyway, you can see how smoothly that goes. I suppose Castro could have worked there. He didn't even need Iron Patriot on that one. What other hits he got in here? Yeah, this team is just so good that it's like I'm at the point now. I think you have to keep 'em on offense because guys are just going to reserve their more X-Men for them if you don't have really an Immortal X-Men pull. And at this point, uh, we maybe don't, other than them. So why put them in there? And then he wrecked this one. He wrecked this one in City of Six. This came right in and wrecked. I mean, I didn't have Captain Britain. I don't know if that would have made a whole lot of difference, but he just totally just wrecked this. So I think the next time I put Captain Britain in there, and at the same time, it's like I think it's just kind of wasting them. Let's see. Yeah, so I went back to this, and this is just a curse pull. Probably could have got me to win if I could have done a little bit better on my offensive end. Uh, if he'd have just used him here, this is a one shot, and that was another thing. Like you're just not gonna be able to use. This was still like kind of bait for a Damon hit, but it's like it's just still too expensive. It's like you just can't do it. So let them use it on something where I'm only losing one like meta meta tune in there, and this is a trip up, and I had him in the wrong place. I tried him in the corner. Well, I tried him in the corner on purpose, but after seeing the replay, it's like, well, damn, he might actually go because he gets hit when you hit the tank. I think basically I just switched those two. Yeah, he's out of there. Because he needs to get his special off to have a better chance to survive. But at the end of the day, this still didn't work. I'm like, wow. And that was all because of Noel. Let's check this one more time. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the music there. It okay, now it's finally coming up. Okay, let me click on that. All right. So, but like I said, this is a good trap team. I don't have anything else in there that's really a mortal bait pool, so I can see them using this here, except room one. They could use it there. But hopefully they'll be like, oh, it's just a mortal X-Men, and then it that work. And I can see some other teams failing into this, so we'll see. That guy's just he's just good outside of war for the purpose of something like this. Jesus, carnage. So where was I? That that was that was three I did. Yeah, so this was another easy one. Was this the first one I showed? No, I didn't. I don't think I showed that, but yeah, because I had Black Widow in there. She did nothing, so it's like okay. And this is a Fantastic Four comp that was used. It's kind of made. I mean, this is an average score, but kind of made light work out of it. So with Blue Marvel in here, see the thing is I think when you see a scroll, you automatically think to use. For me, use more than X Men there. With Scroll and Blue Marvel in here, maybe they don't because of the Blue Marvel, and then again, maybe they do because it might work. So it's like, well, just pull Scroll out because now you have another strong tune in there that you. It's like might be wasting them because it's not really about Scroll in this room. Well, here it is. If they don't use more X Men, Scroll could be a problem. But I didn't really have a more X Men pool, so that's why that other team went into four after that. Uh, yeah, I think I went through this. Yeah. And this just seems to be his set offense here for something like this. Rather use it other ways. But if you don't have excellent offense, this is a great way to use them because just throwing this together like this. So um, I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to kind of show how this. We'll see what this order looks like because I haven't checked that. Let's see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on, Herb? Immortal or Sentry? Yeah, I mean, because Blue Marvel is there, that would be ideal for it to be a Sentry pool. Damon Sentry, and just hope that I'm hoping that Zuggs will live through that. Oh yeah, I'll click on Domino stats too because she could be kind of clutch here. But ZKG, he really thought of something here. He's like, I'm just gonna throw her in there, and it turned out to be decent. Let's see. Let's see how this works. I don't know how she went so fast in Crucible. She took the fuck off. But we'll get a chance to see what her damage looks like. I went there and took her to 20. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna take her to 20. I have to work on building that mutant gear back up. I had enough for one and was getting close to having enough for two. I said, you know, you got time. So now I'm back to building up for one, and then we'll see. I didn't mean to do that. I just meant to just click it. Is that 4 mil? Okay. I don't remember. I didn't see if she critted. Go back and see if she gets a crit on that. If I need to just go ahead and change her to striker. Or do I have her as striker? I got her as Raider. I don't think I saw a crit there. So maybe her crit chance is too low, under 50. Make her a striker. And I know it could be a bit risky having APOC on defense. I don't know how you secure this without him or an Emma. And at this point, I'm like, well, maybe Emma will be more useful for me on offense. So I'm gonna take a chance on that. Let's see Chris here. No. Oh, she did. Okay, I'll leave her as Raider. As long as there's a chance for it. But I think her damage is like 1 mil. It's like there's that. So she's way up here now. Oh, almost 1.2 mil. So it's like, hey, fuck it, just try it and see. But yeah, guys, that's the concept. Trying to have like strong tunes in each room. Not necessarily the strongest team, but you know, I got these two in here trying to help him out. We know how Fantastic Four can do. Hopefully, he makes it where it's decent on defense. Uh, Blue Marvel is the bait, so maybe Thugs can do some damage. Got Noel in here. I want to try this out too. Got Noel in there, and then Professor X with immortal weapons in here, and then Mephisto. So it's pretty spread out, and we'll see if that can keep a guy out of the 5200s. Maybe he'd be in the 5170s if he wants shots. That would give me a chance. All right, we'll finish it off with this here. I tested this, but I don't. Oh, I got him a striker on this one. I don't remember how it went. Or maybe I did put him on striker on purpose. I can't remember what I was doing here. It was late and I was tired. And I said, let me start doing that video. It took 3 takes. I hadn't done a video in so long, so it may not be as thorough. I hadn't done a video like a video in a long time. See if Noel assists on this. He didn't. Assisted there. So he assisted on a skirmisher attack. Let's go one more. I should move the target, see if Old Man Logan's going to assist. Yeah, he's assisting, so I think Noel has to be changed so we get a better assist chance. All right, let's see what we got. Oof, okay. All right, so we'll do this. Got the assist. Oh wow, got to retaliate. All right, Old Man Logan would go. See if Noel assists. He did not. So I don't know if it matters. Old Man Logan is assisting. Okay, so we got an assist from what you call it? Oh my God. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make them all strikers. Well, just Noel the striker. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better that way. We'll just make Noel a striker on this. Striker, striker, striker. Okay. Yeah, I think those ISOs are fine. Yep. So we'll try this out. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, guys. So that's my thoughts on the defense. I just want to throw this out here. Maybe a quick video just to give you guys some thoughts on what you can maybe try to run in CC if you're concerned with maybe going with a really heavy defense. So my suggestion is don't do that and take your chances with spreading it out and just having the offense. Okay, guys. Chat later. See what I can grade you guys out to here. Oh, where is it? Here we go. Yeah, Badger's still going. Just send you guys over there. Yeah.